Hey, good morning. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It's a holiday today, 3-day weekend. So hope everybody's barbecuing, out doing what they got to do, having fun, and uh, staying safe. Birthday to my mother-in-law. Happy birthday. So, real quick though, a friend of mine has been involved with some of my videos and kind of coordinating with me behind the scenes. He wants me to start focusing on some things that I think are also important. I think I've established my thoughts on the politicians involved and the terrorism and things of that nature. Since we're 2 months out, voting is becoming the new mainstream talking point, and fraud. So, for those of you that are on the fence with fraud and whatnot, it does exist. But I'm going to start out with something that happened to me recently. I received a text message. I'm going to read you what I was sent in this text message, and I'm going to read you my response, and I'll post it on the link when I'm done on my video. So, about 3 weeks ago, I received this. Hi, my name is Ron with All Voting is Local Nevada. Did you know active registered voters in Nevada will automatically receive a vote by mail ballot in the November election? Here's the link to get registered. Sent me a link to the Secretary of State. So I replied with, you can't send me. I said, if I can stand in line and I can go and protest and I can go in person, you don't need to send me anything automatically. I didn't solicitate that. So do not send me. That's fraud. That's criminal. I said, I don't even live there anymore. Where are you going to send it to? He said, my last known registered address. I said, man, I'm in Texas. I'm registered in Texas. I said, I think it's outrageous that you're sending automatic ballots. And he came back to me with there's a lot of people at home in fear and that they're scared and that this is a kind thing that we should do. I said, you should let them just ask for an absentee ballot because that's the law. You just don't automatically ship it, especially if someone isn't in the state. So he and I went back and forth, and I got vulgar. I won't post the vulgar part of this stuff with him because I kind of chewed him pretty good. But he highly disagreed with me, and he's going to send out an absentee ballot to my last known address in Nevada. I live in Texas. I'm registered in Texas. Now, I understand that there's a lot of folks that live in multiple states and that are registered in multiple states. But for them to just automatically send something out like this, outrageous. So that means somewhere my automatic ballot's going to hit the state of Nevada. I immediately, after conversing with this guy, got on the Secretary of State of Nevada and I unregistered myself and my wife. So we are no longer registered voters there. With all the mass exodus from a lot of cities and states right now, I encourage anybody that's left, moved, if you're living in a different state, register in another state. It happens. There's a lot of folks that are registered in multiple states. You can't vote in multiple states, but you are registered if you have not changed that. So go to the Secretary of State of any state that you move from and remove yourself so that you do not receive automatic ballots in the mail come November. It's outrageous to send out something automatically. He used the COVID as the reason. He used fear. And honestly, if someone's at home and they request an absentee ballot, absolutely. I did it in the military. Many guys and gals do. You're absolutely can get an absentee ballot. You just have to go through the channels, request it, identity stuff, and they mail it off to you. It's easy. But to be voting by mail was something that I didn't request. Not good, man. That's fraud. That's cheating. So I guess I'm going to be voting somewhere in Nevada this coming election, and in Texas with the way this sounds to me. So I looked up the company. All Voting is Local, and you can look it up. You'll see it. It's a pretty extensive website. They are sponsored and backed by the ACLU, American Constitution Society, Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, and the CLC, Advancing Democracy Through Law. So ACLU, we all kind of know what it's about. It's very biased. We've seen some good and bad things come out of the ACLU, but I think they don't take care of everybody. I think they're biased to somebody that can give them headlines and make them a little foundation money. I don't trust the ACLU if you really want to know the truth. American Constitution Society is ran by Russ Feingold. He's a president. He is a Democratic politician. He's the only senator to vote against the Patriot Act. He is a lawyer, and he's the president of the American Constitution Society. You can look them up as well. Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under law. Their president is Kristen Clark. She's also a lawyer. It was created by Kennedy back in, I think, '63 to obviously help with civil rights. We had some issues back then. Kennedy was a good guy. He tried to do good things, and they killed him for it. CLC, Advancing Democracy Through Law. Not really finding founders, a lot of members on that one, a lot of board guys, a lot of lawyers, a lot of paralegals. So all these guys are attorneys, and we know what attorneys are. Attorneys are crooked, they lie. And so all these things that are running this organization seem to be non-profit type guys. No, they're attorneys, okay? And they're making money, and they're going to go away. However, they're the best well paid. So voter fraud is real. It does exist. And in my own small world, it texted me a couple of weeks ago. So I highly encourage and recommend that any of you viewing this, and you are registered in another state, please go to the Secretary of State, I'll repeat it again, and unregister yourself. I've got those documents from Unregister real easy. I printed that, I saved that so that I can say, hey, I wasn't there, I didn't vote. Roughly 3 million people have this where they're multiple registered in states. You can't vote that way, but it's like 3 million people every year are like this. So I get that private entities can help count ballots and help out, and they might be civilian, they may not be government. That's okay. I mean, I understand it's a tough thing to count, but we're seeing the setup. We're seeing the words being put out there. Just think about it. I mean, if people are out there actually voting on someone else's name or an automatic ballot and it's sent to the wrong person and this guy sends it in anyway, think about that. I mean, that's 3 million votes roughly that are circulating around that could be used fraudulently. So very serious stuff. I'm going to come back this week with some more stuff, but I want to talk about voter fraud a lot. My buddy Mark, thank you, sir, for directing me in this way. I was focusing a lot on the politicians. I think we've established that. We really got to start working on some other things and getting that word out. I know Facebook may pull us down here in a little while. I don't know. A lot of rhetoric about that right now. But he has openly called a kid that hasn't gone through due process a mass murderer. So I guess Zuckerberg knows the outcome of his trial. You guys have seen that, so that's kind of infuriating. In October sometime, they're going to be pulling back any advertisements like I do here 3 or 4 days prior to the election. I don't know if that'll come back. I posted an article about the censorship of Facebook. So censorship and our First Amendment is one of our rights, and it's being attacked right now. If we lose that, which I think with the masks and everybody being silenced, that's part of it. Second's going to be the Second Amendment, obviously. And since we're so close to an election, these corrupt, crazy lawyers and politicians are attacking our voter rights. So there's definitely fraud. That's just a little taste that happened to me. Stay diligent out there, guys. If you have moved, please go to the Secretary of State and remove yourself from that state as a registered voter. I'm sorry I've repeated that like 5 times, but I think it's very, very important that that's done. Just in what I've learned, that's a personal experience of mine. I'm going to come back with more examples of fraud and propaganda throughout the next couple of weeks. Or up until the election. You guys let me know if there's something you want me to focus on or investigate or check into. Please let me know. Send me a message or a link, and I will do my best to find out some information on that and voice a video out for you. So voter fraud, it's real. It exists. I don't know if any of you have got that, but check out All Voting is Local. Just look it up. You'll see. You can check it out for yourself. It's a corrupt little business there. They're sending out automatic ballots nationwide. Think about that. So happy holiday. I'll talk to you guys in a couple of days. God bless. God bless you. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. Take care.